Action! All right. Hey everyone, welcome to the Busy Life Update. My name is Josh and I am the Busy Dad of the Busy Dad DIY. I'm joined here with my wife Sammy or Samantha, and we are here to give you an update of what's going on in our lives. From everything that's happening in the world to us in general, our relationship and dealing with kids and our family and anything that's really going on. Our goal of this is to be upfront and honest and to be real as much as possible with the things that we discuss, in hopes that you find something that you can relate to, and just kind of go from there. We're just kind of winging it for this first video. So a couple of things that we're probably going to talk about, or the main thing that we're probably going to talk about, is what's happening with the world today with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Pandemic, yes.
I said outbreak before, and I was wrong 100%. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So to get things started, if you are unaware of what's happening in the world, we are currently in a COVID-19 pandemic. We live in California, and our state is actually in a lockdown, or a safer at home,
or shelter in place.
More or less, we're really not allowed to go anywhere. We can still go grocery shopping. We can go to the pharmacy. We can do anything that would be essential to living. Getting gas for our vehicles or something like that. But other than that,
going to Target. That's essential.
Going to Target is fairly essential. I mean, I like Target a little bit. I mean, I don't really buy it. I just like to look around. But I used to be a Walmart person, but that was back when I lived in West Virginia. They didn't really have Target. Now you come out here, they have Target. It's a whole new world. Anyway.
You've lived here for over 10 years.
I've lived here for a long time. Target is good.
Target's amazing.
Each Target has its own pros and cons. That's something probably for a whole nother episode, but we won't even dive into. Mark that down. Target pros and cons. We're going to talk about it one day. And we're going to touch on a lot of things that I see happening. Anyway, where was I?
COVID-19.
Okay, COVID-19. So, California is basically in a stay-at-home initiative or lockdown, like we said. And for us, what's really impactful for us is that we are now having to work from home. We're both working full-time remotely, which is something that we do not do on a regular basis. And then on top of that, our son, who is 5 years old, is also at home with us because his school is currently shut down. Luckily, our 1.5-year-old is still able to go to an in-home daycare, in which we have decided to allow her to still go because of it makes our lives a little bit easier when working from home. So until that changes, I think that we're going to keep doing that. On top of that, we want to make sure that we are still supporting her daycare provider in this crazy time. So I kind of want to jump in and get your thoughts of what do you think of this current situation that we're in with COVID-19 and how things are playing out in society today.
Well, I think I'm not mad about it. My background, I have a master's degree in public health in epidemiology, which is sort of is related to all of this. So I'm not mad about the social distancing, keeping people away. What I do wish we had is more testing, so we could understand who has it and be able to quarantine them and the other people around them who they have been around to stop the spread. I think it's really good to be shutting things down and limiting how many people can come together. But I still think that there should be more being done. Going to the grocery store and seeing meat and eggs, paper towels, kind of essential stuff just gone. I mean, it's just gone every single time I've gone to the grocery store. We were able to get eggs at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's fantastic. And then a big worry is personal protective equipment, or PPE, for hospitals. That I mean, that's a problem. I work at a hospital currently, and we don't have enough personal protective equipment for our doctors and nurses and all the healthcare professionals that need it. We don't have it, and that's a problem across the United States, and that is a big worry because people just bought them out, and so that's a very struggle on the front lines for people that are not just dealing with COVID-19, but people are still getting sick from other things, and our healthcare workers still need to be protected. So those are my kind of big worries.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely you could tell it was a big shock to the majority of society, even to us. And I think some people probably made the wrong decisions, but I think stores are putting things in place to help ease the trouble that certain people are going through. You know, they're opening their hours early for senior members to come and shop. That way they don't have to deal with the general crowd and general public, and that they can also get the things that they need. They're actually putting limits on how much you can buy of something. That way there's enough to kind of possibly go around, and things are starting to look better. For us in California, there has been a social distancing kind of order been put into place, and we are doing our best to adhere to that order. Even as much as we want to gather around people and get together with friends, even get together with family, we are deciding not to do that because we don't want to be. We want to do our part. At the end of the day, social distancing, the reason it's there is to slow down the spread of COVID-19 and to flatten the curve, in hopes to kind of get control on this pandemic. So,
And I think for us, just the hardest thing is how hard it is being home.
yeah, definitely.
I've been home since last Tuesday, and I will start this off by saying we're both very, very lucky. I know there are plenty of people out there that lost their jobs that cannot work from home at this time, and that is devastating. I can't imagine what that would be like, and the stress and I'm sorry if you are one of those people. But there are other moms like us and parents like us who are at home with their kids, and I know how hard being a stay-at-home mom is, how much work that is, and all those things. But this is just, I'm not a stay-at-home mom, so being with my kid all day, every day, nonstop, is just mentally exhausting. But then also trying to work and do my full-time job and take care of Emmett is a struggle.
It's new to us and it's different, and we're kind of struggling here in the beginning, because we haven't fell into a routine. We're still working out the quirks. It's created a very high stress environment here in our home and led to fights between Samantha and I, and they're usually over stupid things. And usually the number one suspect for these fights is me. And what I can say with that is that in the moment, I probably understand and realize what I'm doing. And I probably push it a little bit too far. But once the fight kind of stops and settles down, it takes a few moments for me to gather my thoughts, and I understand that I was wrong, and I apologize, and I try to make that apology known to Sammy as soon as possible. And I think that is kind of, I wouldn't say made things better, but it doesn't allow us to carry on with the day, both of us being mad at each other. And I would suggest that too. If you find yourself in a situation where you're either at that tipping point or you're getting into fights and you're yelling at each other, if you can't stop it in the moment, at least at the end of the argument or at the end of the fight, you need to realize that you guys were probably, whoever was wrong was wrong. You need to own up to it. You need to apologize right away, and you need to move forward. Whatever's happening with this working from home situation and staying at home situation, it's not going to end tomorrow. We're going to be in this situation for a long time. And something that we've kind of agreed upon now is if either one of us finds ourselves in a situation where we can feel ourselves getting to that tipping point, we've sort of agreed to
Take a step back.
take a step back, say that you
Walk
away, and say that you need a break, and we've mutually agreed to just both drop it right then and there, and that will probably help alleviate or stop a lot of just dumb fights that we're having.
Yeah, it's sort of new territory for us because we've been together for almost 10 years now. Well, not almost. We have been together for 10 years, married for 7.
7.
And and we sort of figured out how to argue with each other in a really constructive, good way, and that's something I was really proud of. We worked on this for years.
Yeah.
And that felt like everything kind of went out the window. And I know, like, so that's something we're going to have to figure out how to now deal with being with each other all day, every day for the next month, with the high stress of adding our son into it, who's been doing fantastic, but he wants to do stuff, and I'm trying to make like not a curriculum, but stuff for him to do, still doing his ABCs and numbers and all these things because he really likes it, but he also needs a lot of direction.
Yeah, we're not trying to replace what he has at school.
At preschool.
We're just trying to keep him engaged, and these are the things that he likes to do, and these are things that we know will keep him engaged, but it requires a lot of attention on, I would say our part, but it's actually more Sammy's part because she's the go-to. He goes to her directly for a lot of instruction. Even when I tell him that, mommy's in a meeting, please come to me if you need me to help you with something, he still wants to go for her and go to her for instruction. So I'm sure that'll even out as we go along. He was at home with you for a lot last week, right?
Well,
so I think he got used to that.
And when it comes down to it, I'm sort of the default parent when it comes to a lot of things. He doesn't come, Daddy, come look at my poop and wipe my butt. When was the last time you wiped
his
butt?
There. Today. I walked in.
Was I
and
home?
By the way, this is something that we probably don't want to discuss, but the size of our child's poop is like the size of my arm and sitting in my toilet. It's scary. It's scary.
But I'm just saying, in general, I'm the default parent. I'm the default parent when it comes to things, and I think that's a whole other video to talk about. But I think even if you are here, I'm still going to be the one that he goes to, just because I'm the one he usually goes to. Not always, but like 85% of the time.
Yeah.
So. I think we can agree to that.
But outside of that, I see a lot of things, a lot of positive things coming out of this. On social media, there are a lot of communities coming together. For example, our gym had to shut down per the health order. And what they've done is created an online class for people to attend. They have rented out their equipment for the gym, and they allowed we've gone and picked up some equipment so that we can participate in the classes. Because they want to make sure people are still working out and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. There's push-up challenges on Instagram, and as much as people are like, oh, this is quirky and all that stuff, I think it's great. People are getting out, they're being active, and they're doing things that they're not used to. It's funny when we take the dogs on a walk, which they are walking a lot now.
We're all walking a lot.
We're all walking a lot. Everybody is walking
Everybody is. So I had to go pick up our daughter, and I drive this at the same time as I always do. It's the same road, but the amount of people I saw out today was just exponentially more than I usually see, which I like. I think that's really good. So I'm trying really hard to choose joy, be positive. It's not easy. I'm struggling a lot. I'm just gonna say I'm struggling really hard, trying not to let all of it get to me. and stressing out about being home and not really being able to go anywhere, and the news and social media and all the things. Although my social media, I curated it. It's super super positive, but yeah, I'm just struggling. That's just the truth.
Yeah, I mean, one of the positive things we're all looking forward to is tomorrow is Emmett's 5th birthday. So we're super excited for him. He's super excited to turn 5. We're kind of bummed because we did have to postpone his birthday party because we had his birthday party planned for next weekend, or was it this weekend?
It was this weekend, so
This
it was supposed to be
weekend,
on Saturday.
yeah.
We had to postpone it till May.
So
And then even after we postponed it, my dad was gonna come in from Seattle. My sisters were still gonna come down. We were still gonna have like a birthday thing. Now my dad's not coming. My
Well-
older sister is still pushing to come down, but we will see what is gonna happen.
anyway, but we're upfront and honest with our kids. We've explained to Emmett that this is the reason that we had to postpone your birthday is because of what's happening and why you can't go to school and different things like that. And I'm not sure if he really understands what's happening, but he kind of gets it. And so we just want to make sure that we're honest and upfront with him about that. It's not a scare tactic or anything like that. We don't talk about anything negative. We just say this is why this is happening. So. But anyway, we're super excited to have his birthday, celebrate his birthday tomorrow. As you can see, he's really into dinosaurs. Other than that, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this episode, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah. So if you liked what we had to say, feel free to leave a comment down below or subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with these busy life updates. And we'll see you later.